There was a time I wanted to be a magician when I was young. Until one day, my mom told me, no, Taher, don't be silly. Except she said it in Arabic, so she made me seem like I was a bit crazy. So I stopped watching David Blaine videos. I never dreamt of becoming a magician again, but I did get close. God gave me words to bend with a pen. He set my flow of ink steady and thick. A little twist and turn here into letters forming what I think. Where love can be drawn and the laws of physics manipulated, where I can pull metaphors out of orbit and place them so close to the things I love, forming explosive nebulas, bringing burning life to dead wood that we know as paper. Mixing syllables like alchemy until they find their own destinations, forming and shaping their own constellations, lighting up the night sky paper, droplets of starry poetry, a galaxy of beauty I managed to create simply from spectating his. Simply from spectating his, I became my very own magician, but a magician with none of his own tricks. I am no one and my gift is an imposter. Because real poetry was set in motion when he created man. From souls he once set sail to find shore and earth. Souls that sleep within the cages of our chests, the invisible linings to the heart that never rests. From the sanctuary of the womb till the end of tomorrow, he led us to live, love and grow. And when he saw us struggle with our sinning instability, he sent us 100,000 prophets to guide this mental fragility. And the final few he sent down like autumn leaves from a dying tree, and made sure the final one was a manifestation of all prophetic poetry. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. And this man was born to perfect me 1,400 years ago, and here I am in the year 2014, far from perfect. Even though our minds and your minds and we all are far greater than we realize, our minds could fit a universe in with ease. We can shake hands with the stars if we wish, freeze the sun if we pleased. We have near half a dozen senses to take in the world around us, yet we hold out for the worst. We have 7 crashing oceans to dive into, yet we dive into the earth. The land and all its life uses the earth to grow itself, yet here we are dissipating. The goodness within man constantly percolates within his being. Sinful participation. Let me explain. They told us and they claimed there are no strings attached. Yet here we are hanging by threads, selling life to fund the lifeless, cars and diamonds, the legacy of the dead. We witness money building men into grand puppeteers, and all the sheep are following with their paper-thin careers, holding on to the currency because they trust no Lord to dispel their fears. Our greed engulfing us, leaving the beauty of contentment to crumble, souls fighting to take over what's left from the superficial jungle. Our hopes hanging from vines, our wishes buried in the rubble. We're born into the deep end, so we're constantly teaching our souls how to swim, running marathons in our minds to avoid all the sin. And when we finally reach the scenery of life, it's far too late. We've reached the end of our ropes, but not enough rope to hold on to, or strength to tie a knot of hope. So we die and we pass away, and newborns replace us, unaware of how the world will grow them. They can't choose the soil or the sun that sings strength into them, but we hold them still. We hold them and we tell them of those we couldn't reach, and when the planets align, we tell them of our very own. That one is Ali, and that one is Hassan, and that one is Hussein, and 8 others known by glowing or broken domes, forgetting there is one missing, and he's waiting and living for us to atone. that lowest branch taken from that final tree, the extended arm to you and me. 1,400 years ago. 1,400 years ago was a 12th branch, was the start of a 12th branch piece of poetry. Our Prophet was the start of this eternal rhyme, and soon Ali followed, completing every line. His sons Hassan the Sublime, Hussein followed by 9, Sajjad and Baqir with their signs, Sadiq and Musa the Ja'fari spines, Rudha all enshrined, Jawad, Hadi and Askari combined in the return of the Savior flown by the wings of time. Flown by the wings of time, but there's no time left, it's all but spent. But none of it spent to really find what really is missing. Somewhere deep in our reality is a destination worth flocking, a secret worth telling, a destined part of your eternal being. He leaves his footsteps that leave 313 following, and he comes to you and knocks on the door of your heart. But do you have the courage to keep opening? Do you have the courage to keep opening? وَأَفْلَحَ مَنْ صَلَّى عَلَى مُحَمَّدٍ وَآلِ